wide receiver in the NFL wants to be a top target, and two players will be trying to be that today. It's the Bills going up against the Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. So we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, apart from a 13-year gap in L.A., we are at the home of the Raiders since 1966. But how much longer will they be playing football in Oakland, California? Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As we get set here, Charles, we talk about wide receivers. Larry mentioned it in the open, but that's a big spot to look at here in this one.
I think he identified it perfectly because these guys have such an impact on the game nowadays because they throw the ball more than ever. And whether they're throwing it short, medium, or long, can they snatch it out of the air and create even extra yardage with run after catch?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Taiwan Jones on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Oakland sitting at 9-2. Here they come onto the field led by Derek Carr. Derek Carr, who dislocated his pinky in the Week 12 game, said it was the worst pain he's ever felt. But still 315 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad.
That's the way to handle some of that pain and turn it into production. Because he and the Raiders, they're playing at a level right now where confidence is so high, they believe they're going to win every game no matter what. And when you have a team like that and you continue to make these fourth quarter, late game comebacks or find ways to win, you're hard to beat down the stretch.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Offensive starters now. Charles, what about Latavius Murray?
You know how you and I talk about players under the radar sometimes? Latavius Murray definitely qualifies as one of those players. And then you look up, and he's pressing 1,000 yards every year.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
Whenever we talk about Zach Brown, the first thing that comes to mind is speed. He can absolutely fly at the linebacker position.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Ready.
Shotgun now for Carr. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep for Buffalo, the dangerous Reggie Bush. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So running onto the field, Tyrod Taylor and the Buffalo Bills. And Tyrod Taylor, they got the win. He and the Bills against the Jags in Week 12. He threw 166 yards. Ironically, he threw 166 yards in Week 11 as well.
He's pretty consistent, isn't he?
He is consistent.
And here's the thing. When I talked with their offensive coordinator, he gave me this little nugget on Tyrod Taylor. Says he's one of the most prepped guys that you'll find in the league. Sees things on the field that you don't expect him to see, and is often a step ahead in terms of play calling, anticipation of what might come in from the bench, and also something you might not expect from him. A real student of the game.
And he's fun to watch. Now McCoy, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Taylor. Finding time. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Here's the offensive unit, and heads up, look out for the Clemson Tiger.
Sammy Watkins was brought in to make plays. That's what he specializes in. Out on the perimeter or going inside.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Here we go. Play 38.
Play action. Now Taylor. Surveying the field. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Holding offense. The penalty is declined.
So on fourth down, the Bills call on the punt unit, and Colton Schmidt, Travis Carey back deep for the Raiders. Now Carey. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So the Raiders take the field on offense again, sitting at 9-2, Charles, clinching their first winning season since way back in 2002.
And for most franchises, everyone would be dancing in the streets right now to support them, right? Their fans have to be going crazy. But don't you get the sense with this team that they have a bigger target in mind?
I think a much bigger target.
I mean, 9-2, terrific. Hey, they've erased some of that history, but they think that they can make a real deep run in the playoffs and be a real factor towards the Super Bowl.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Raiders a first down.
Could draft a guy in the 6th round, and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point. Would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He finds Roberts, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Here we go. Wide and yank. Wide and yank.
On first down, Murray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Carr going to give it to Murray on the draw play. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kyle Williams with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. For McCoy, his 4th 100-yard game in Week 12, 2 touchdowns to boot, Charles.
And what I know he doesn't get enough credit for is toughness. Because I saw him against Cincinnati having a pretty decent game, ended up injuring his thumb and couldn't finish that game. Had surgery on the Monday after and ended up starting and playing so well in this past game. Would you say over 100 yards rushing? And they needed every one of them in their victory.
And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Now Taylor with a draw to McCoy. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
But that has to be frustrating for the offense. They caught him in a dime package. 6 defensive backs on the field. If you're going to run draw and run your big guys at smaller people, you should have success on that play. Instead, the defense won the battle.
So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on third down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. They got a man. It's Woods. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Bruce Irvin is an emotional, passionate player who lives to rush the quarterback.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Here we go.
2nd down, it's McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
We've got a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that is incomplete. Mike Gillisley, the intended target. And 4th down coming up.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Ready? Wide and yay. Wide and yay.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They go with Murray again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. From the gun, it's Carr. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
All right, here we go.
On 1st down, Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now the rookie from Southern Miss, it's Jalen Richard. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. That one goes for 36 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. He won't go down. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football, and nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, the 30, and a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Yeah, here come the Bills, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So the tackle there by Khalil Mack. What a game against the Panthers. He had a sack, an interception, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown, all in the same game.
Is the statistician on the IR now? I mean, trying to keep up with all of his production. He's playing at that level that we all knew, anticipated, expected. He's just a guy that really refuses to be blocked.
By the way, first time that's been done since 2000. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, he's had problems here early in his career with interceptions in the red zone, and that rears its ugly head again there.
And you know what happens, too, is that even when you have those issues, your offensive coordinator, your quarterback coach is trying to give you confidence in that situation, and they may still call those plays, hoping to get an easy, cheap touchdown for you, but you violate their trust and their confidence when you make plays like that.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. The Raiders on top. And we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Turns, hands to Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
We ready?
Now a 2nd down run for Murray. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Here's Carr. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It's the rookie from Ohio State, Adolphus Washington. In there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Here's Marquette King now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Khalil Mack's no different than any other player in the league. He's always looking for respect from his peers. I think when you make All-Pro at 2 different positions, you get big respect.
First guy ever to do that, by the way, and 2nd in the league behind J.J. Watt. 23 tackles for loss last year. They'll go again to McCoy. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. So McCoy adding to his yardage total in this one. Last year, 895 yards in his first season in Buffalo. Of course, he had Charles 4,000-yard years in Philadelphia.
And you know the man they call Shady wants to throw some shade at the Eagles for ever letting him go. He wants a big year in 2016.
They go play action now. Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
9th carry now for McCoy. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 3rd down, Taylor. He's got time. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. And it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes a field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Carpenter knocks it through, and the Bills are going to tie the game at 3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They go play action here on 1st down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And Crabtree had a 100-yard game against the Panthers, 110, 8 catches.
So when we talk about receivers, we're almost always talking about a number 1 guy for every team, right? And that means there would be a number 2 guy. But with Oakland, the way Crabtree's playing with Amari Cooper, is he really number 2? Is he more like 1A this season?
Exactly, because Amari has 66 catches, Crabtree right on his heels with 60. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the 2nd level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Throwing his car on 3rd down, finding time. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. They come out here in the eye. Now Carr with a give to Murray. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down following the run. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Surveying the field. Throwing deep for Murray. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray, 51 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And here's Lewis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Again, it's McCoy. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Third down now following the run. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
First offense. Still 3rd down.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
They'll run it with McCoy. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Fresh set of downs here. They come out here in the eye. Here's McCoy. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I'm often struck when I watch LaShawn McCoy play, how often you just watch him, and you almost get mesmerized by his style. And then, boom, there's another 20-plus-yard run. It's amazing how he pulls it off.
Yeah, his former second-round pick out of Pittsburgh, still doing it in the league at a very, very high level. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in two positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He completes it to Hunter. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So completion on second down, that brings up third. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
False start. Offense.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Play action, it's Taylor. And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 23 yards on the play.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they?
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. One receiver right is Watkins. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 4 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, a little 360. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Carr now on first down. Over the middle, Cooper with him. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Now Carr. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. A good pickup there at 22. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. It's our time. Here we go. Wide and Yates. Wide and Yates.
Shotgun now for Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Every quarterback likes having a reliable target at tight end, and I think young quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the ball in their hands quickly. I think these two, Derek Carr and Clive Walford, that's a pretty good connection for years to come for Oakland.
Yeah, he started to come on strong end of his rookie year. Now the Raiders really hoping for that second-year jump out of Walford. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Carr now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Second down following the incompletion. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. Third down here. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Throwing his car on third down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Washington from 21 yards away. And the Raiders have moved out in front. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. On first down, it's Taylor finding time. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Charles, when we have a second, we have to give a shout out to Joe Thomas. It's been a tough year in Cleveland, but tell them what Joe Thomas accomplished.
He just played his 10,000th snap in a row without ever missing one in his career.
That's unbelievable.
His career. You get a lead. There could be a small injury. Your foot hurts for one play. Never has he come out of a game. Never has he missed a snap. An incredible Ironman record. And he's a perennial all-pro left tackle.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. There's a carry now for Mike Gillislee. And he'll be brought down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Carry on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
On first down, Carr surveying the field. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by Preston, and he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Carpenter now for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now Jones. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Carr to throw on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Third down and 5. Here's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Watch 81, watch 81. Accuracy's trash. Let's go.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we send you cross country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. So we've got a tie game at half, and you can bet both coaches are in that locker room making adjustments and telling their guys to just keep playing hard like they did in the first half. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Following the forced fumble, here the defense will come up with the pick. Raiders will come away with the football. Now 2nd and 8. Carr's got his mark on the deep ball, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. 3rd down from the 22. Raiders up by a touchdown. Completion is made across the middle of the field, and he capped off the 8-play drive with a TD. That takes the lead up to 7. Now to late in the first half, here the defense will come up with the pick. Bills take it back all the way for the score. The Bills tied up at 17. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
While that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP, Malcolm Smith.
Defense.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So it is 3rd down now, but less than a yard to go. They'll run here. It's Murray. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. They run with Murray. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Carr. He's got time in the pocket. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And Janikowski bangs it through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So they don't get a touchdown here in this opening drive of the third quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Here we go. Brand 38.
This give is to McCoy. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the focus is LaShawn McCoy here, but the defense is doing a really nice job. He's nowhere near his normal yardage total in this game.
Yeah, such a prolific rusher, well up over 6,000 for his career. How have they kept him down?
Well, a lot of gang tackling, getting to the point of attack with a number of people, not creating any creases or cracks for him to find his way through, because you know with that agility and vision he had.
And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there. Taylor to Watkins. 49 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay from 4 yards out. And the Bills have retaken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And that will make this a 4-point game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's got room. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A big play there for the Raiders. 33 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Now Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Now, after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Come on, let's go.
A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there. Taylor to Watkins. 54 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. Now Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Bills a first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a 20th carry here for McCoy. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Jones. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Caught, the tight end Wolford. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and 5.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He's got time. And that is incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Marquette King now. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Watkins alone on the left side. To throw is Taylor. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
2 yards to go here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 18. Oh, nice move. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Raiders will take possession. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Carr now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, 56 yards. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. Hey, that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Carr will look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. A good pickup there, a 22.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Watkins alone on the left side. Now a play fake here on first down. Look at the time. And his throw here is incomplete. Charles Clay is tight in the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Another pistol look here. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
He may have had some offseason foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 38 yards. And the Bills have broken the tie. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bills defense, they make their way back out there. Obviously a close game from the defensive standpoint. Maybe don't want to blow it too much out of proportion, but how important is this drive?
I think it's huge for them because they've got to find a way to help out their offense, whether it's doing it themselves, taking the ball away and scoring, or setting their offense up in a good position to give them a chance to fully be back in this game.
And sometimes that defense triggers the offense. We'll see. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Carr now on first down. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
On first down, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Try it again on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Marquette King now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st down, it's Taylor. Finding time. Airing it out deep and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Woods, 68 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Carpenter now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr surveying the field. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
We ready? Wide and Yates.
Carr now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Throwing on first down is Carr. Complete. The tight end Rivera. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide and yay.
Carr to throw again. He's got time in the pocket. And his pass incomplete.
And there was a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He's got time. It finds Crabtree for the completion. 15 yards there for number 15. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So the offense has it first and 10.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Now Carr again. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Johnny Holton, 30 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Janikowski on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. On the return, it's Brandon Tate. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Raiders have got him. Dan Williams He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Taylor to throw on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 79 yards. And the Bills will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide and yay.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
All right, here we go. Red 18, set, red 18, set.
Again, it's Carr. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Throwing on first down is Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first down, Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on second down and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
After another really nice run, this is where a defense coordinator earns his money. His guys have been on the field a long time, so he's got to decide what he wants to do to try and slow them down. Is he going to substitute some players in, get some fresh guys, or is he just going to try to attack and try and find a way to take the ball away from them?
And on the ground they go with a running back. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Raider footage to reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bills getting set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And tough starting field position here. Again to McCoy. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Hey. Let's go. One.
This is McCoy. He hops over. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They'll run with Gillisley. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A chance for us now to look at this Bills defense again. Last time they were pushed back down near the goal line, but they didn't break. They held them out.
And they showed their toughness because of what you talked about. They got pushed all the way to make a stand. They did exactly that. They let the rest of those plays go and got down to business and made a big-time stop.
They did indeed. They'll be looking for another stop on this attempt. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
We ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Connects it to Roberts, right side. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
now on first down. Finding time. Great protection. Roberts got it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Carr now to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Here we go. Red 18.
Now Carr again. Can't find anyone open. His throw incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start. Offense.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Open man is Holmes. A good pick up there at 20 yards. And they're going to speed things up here. And he spikes it here with 35 seconds left. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start. Offense.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Okay, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
Again, it's Carr. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and then get that onside kick. Janikowski now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey. Got three down.
Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.